All right, everyone, welcome back to Epipeople Podcast On The Record. We're gonna get better at this one. So last episode, we understand a little bit about the project that shifted Mina's perspective about team building. She shared about her, I wouldn't say struggle, but the challenge of receiving feedback that was not what she expected. It was like, oh, people were not happy about this, were not happy about that. It could be she was very hard on herself, but the key takeaway was that we need to have certain humility as a facilitator or as a project manager so that we are able to take in more feedback and figure out a way on how we can improve in the future. Now, that was at least 2 years ago. The project was at least 2 years ago already. And in this past 2 years, Mina has, you have delivered even more team building. And I want to talk about the most recent one that you have facilitated. Tell us a little bit about this team building in terms of how many people was being involved, what was the objective of the team building, and how did you prepare for it this time?
The recent team building that we did was interbank team building. It involves around 200 people. The objective was to celebrate the milestones for the
departments,
the whole bank.
Oh, the whole banks.
And not just that, but make sure that everyone get to mingle with each other because usually they would work on each department. So this is the very good opportunity for the banks to just, get to know everyone in the bank.
So not just only as a celebration, but also as an opportunity to get closer to each other.
Correct.
Now that you have more experience under your belt, right? When you hear about people coming to you, oh, we want to organize a team building for 200 people, do you still feel the nervousness or like what's going through your head?
That is a good question. No, I do not feel nervous at all. It's the same. It's not the same feeling few years ago when I got that kind of request. Now, if I get that request, I'm like, okay, let's see.
So it's more like,
it's more like, let's see what I can do differently.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be like, okay, let's see what else I can try.
So previously it was like anxious, 200, 300, 400.
It will be like, how do I make it happen? Now it's like, oh, what can I do to make it better?
Good. There was already a paradigm shift, right? There's confidence in it already. So what can I do differently this time? And walk us through, like, how do you usually, consult the client when they come to you and say, hey, Mina, let's do a team building for 200 people. Like, can you walk us through
the steps? The first step is understanding the client. This is what we call discovery call. Sometimes they say we want to have fun. Okay, let me try to understand first your vision. What is your vision of this fun? And these are the things that we ask a couple of times. Okay, by the end of the session, how do you want your participants to feel? It's different number of questions, but it answers one thing. What is the goal? That is super important. The second thing that I would ask them is, okay, what's the current team dynamics? Who will be involved? Will there be some sort of hierarchy? Will there be just someone who are so best friends already? That is important because at least we know what is the current dynamics.
Is it important? Does it make much difference having hierarchy? As in, hierarchy here means we're having our boss in the same team building as us. Do people really feel like what?
On the surface, it doesn't seem any difference. But I think because we teach team dynamics, there are certain stages in team dynamics. So I think that mini information gives mini added value that people probably don't see, but for us, we take note of those little things.
So those details.
Yeah, details.
Okay, so you walk them, you had a discovery call with them, understand what they want, understand their current dynamics. What's next?
Next is more on the logistic, which is also not the easiest part. However, at this time, I think because based on the experience, we try to consult more. We try to make it super easy for them. Yeah. I think what I like about this previous project is I can sense that the client feels like, oh, they really handle it for us. That was my goal from the start. I want them to feel like, wow, this is the easiest engagement we ever had. Everything is done even before we expected, which I think we delivered.
So when you say the mentality that you have right now with the call is like, what can I do differently this time? So for this project was, I want them to feel like they don't need to get much involvement.
Yes.
We got everything done for them from A to Z.
Correct.
But does A to Z includes, sometimes when we talk about team building, right, they say, do you do food catering? Do you do this? Do you do that? Like, does it include all of this?
In that case, yes.
Okay.
Because before this, we were a bit more resistant, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to be event manager. But then for me, it gives value, bah. Like if it takes the load out of the client, and because we also have a lot of experience and a lot of connections already with the venue and catering provider, so I might as well do it.
Yeah.
This time, what I did differently than the previous one is I have some sort of flow. That flow, I share it with the client, so they know exactly what to expect. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Not too in details lah. Something that the client just have to know, and then this is what we expect from the client. For example, they have to confirm with me the number of participants. They have to confirm with me the how many numbers of teams, and they also have to select the menu.
Okay.
Tapi in the end, they also let us select the menu. So yeah.
So basically, you're managing the expectation.
Yes.
Right. From the beginning, what can they expect, and then you give them like a follow up. So where are we at right now? So there's always an update.
And talking about managing the expectation, I think it was more like I don't want them to be a bit at loss. Okay, what's next? I don't want them to feel like having people as manager, but they feel like what's next? Yeah, I want it to be super smooth. They know exactly what to expect.
So you must be proactive in keeping them update lah.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And this time around, definitely you will have teams involved as well, right? Last time managing team, always having people with different feedbacks and thoughts and ideas. This time around, how did you manage your team? Maybe start off by telling us how many people do you have on your team to manage this project?
Okay. There is 13.
1-3.
1-3. Handling 200 people.
Okay.
How did I manage? I only discuss certain things with certain people. For example, brainstorming phase. I can get everyone involved, but at the same time, if I was looking into efficiency, I just get Tasha in. Because especially now, the current Epipeople team, everyone is busy with their own thing. Like host is very busy on video production, Carol with marketing. So I had a discussion with Tasha, okay, and then it was more like, okay, this is my idea, and then she double checked for me, and I think it works really good that way, because if I don't have an idea, it's hard to kickstart. Tapi if I just keep it to myself, then I don't have a second eye to see where could be improved, where is the gap, where could be some obstacle. So that brainstorming phase with the consultant team, with Tasha in this case, really helps make that solidify that game design. Okay.
So when all the 13 people come in, how do you assign tasks to them? Because with team building, right, we know there will be activities involved and all those. Do you get involved with the design and planning of every activities, or they have a say in it? Like how does the distribution of work and the delegations of work happen?
My way is clear and flexible.
Okay.
As a project manager, my thought process is, first I would think all the things that I have to take, the project has to take care of, regardless I'm taking care of it or not. So as a project manager, those are the things that I'm gonna list, pretty much almost everything. And then once I figure that out, okay, let me delegate most of them to my people. Because as a project manager, we tend to underestimate our workload. So the more we delegate, it's actually the better. And then once I delegate everything, and then I also give them room for flexibility. You know what? You can do up to your creativity. Tapi this is the vision that I have.
Can you share with us one activity that you provided them with the framework and then they make edit to it?
Yes, let's say the activities, there are many stations that has many different activities. I would give them the skeleton of the activity. For example, okay, this activity is gonna be brain game. It's a maths game. So we'd have a quick discussion, but at the same time, in terms of the actual rules, in terms of the actual facilitation, I would let them create that. And then once they create that the rules step to step, and then all the things preparation, they would double check with me.
Okay. So those happens before the actual team building day.
Correct.
So is there any different preparations like a day before the team building or on the day itself? Can you walk us through that 24 or that 48 hours
In terms of preparation,
of before the D-Day, before the team building day?
before the D-Day.
Yeah.
First thing happening is the briefing to the core team. These are the people that will be leading certain activities and certain tasks. For example, in my case, I have who's leading a certain station. I have Shannon leading a certain station, and I have Ain leading at a certain station, and then Carol leading the DJ running. And then, so I will have to brief with them first. This is when, as much as possible, we try to make sure the activities is solid. So by the time the next one, I have to brief the external team, which is 13 people.
So there's two phases. Number one, you brief your core team. Number two, you bring that discussions to everyone else so that
Correct.
everyone is up to date.
Yes.
This happens how many days before the event?
1 to 2 weeks before.
Or 2 weeks before the
Yes,
event.
2 weeks before.
So a lot of communication happens.
Yes.
One day before the event, anything happen?
Site visit.
Site visit.
Bukan site visit, dry run.
Okay.
Sorry, site visit is way before that.
What do you mean by dry run?
Dry run is going back to go to the venue, check it out, and have a quick simulation of the actual
So it's
event.
like a rehearsal.
Yes.
So rehearsal of all those activities.
Yes. Yes. Not.
Some of the activities. And is that what's the purpose of going through those activities?
The purpose is to make sure that we give a try on the activities and see if there are any flaws.
Okay. So like a
Because-
last minute check lah.
Yes, last minute check. Because when I, as a PM whenever I give them a task to lead the activity, I would give them certain criteria that would help to be the framework for it. For example, one, the activity should finish within 7 minutes.
Okay.
So it should not be too long. If it's too long, maybe cut down some words, of the problem. So a time limit. The second one is I want to make sure the instruction is as simple as possible.
Okay.
The third one, perhaps the most important one, is I want to make sure that it's super collaborative. Like everyone feels involved. I don't want someone just watching, doing nothing. It's a team effort. Everyone has to be involved.
Okay.
So it's collaborative.
So once those are being done, communicated clearly on the day itself, everything went well? Any hiccups?
Hiccups are unavoided, but I think it's more like adapting. For
Okay.
example, on that day, we were using spotlight. We were so excited. Whose was the one yang holding the spotlight. And then during the peak moment where the spotlight is supposed to be the most important, the spotlight burned.
Okay.
But then macam we just whatever lah, we just back do. It still works. It's client don't know, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So
It still
things
goes
will still happen. It's just the way that how you adapt to it.
Correct.
Okay. Towards the end, when you had the post-mortem, how was everyone's feedback?
Feedback you mean
In general,
participants?
like from participants, I'm pretty sure participants gave good review.
Yes. Participants were so happy. Even the CEO and the liaison person share their appreciation. They said one of the best things when they say more than what we expected.
Okay.
And in fact, SEB, this project has my highest score of team building project,
Okay.
9.08, which has never happened before. Usually when we do team
Out of
building,
10.
it's out of 10. Usually it's 8 something, which we're already happy. This is the first time it's 9 lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. I think what we all can learn from here is not just only about how you facilitate it, but I think the biggest change is how confident you are right now. It's like, okay, last time it was this, now I can manage this way. And whatever things that happen, I know how to handle it because I do not only handle it by myself, I also manage it with my team. Right? So everyone, that is one project that we recently have conducted. We will share more Ow, I still couldn't get it done within time. It's always a work in progress, guys. That's why we are still learning. That's why this podcast is uncut, unedited, unfiltered. But to wrap up, today we've learned from Mina about the thoughts and the effort behind the scene for team building facilitations, and we can see the growth that she has demonstrated from 2 years ago versus a facilitator or a project manager today itself. We're going to share more projects that we've run, things that we have encountered, and in hope that we will be able to help more people to even better plan for their own team building if you want to, or if you wanted to engage us or engage Mina to help you out to plan for your team building, just drop us a comment, a question, or the feedback in the section below, and we'll make sure we answer your inquiries as well. So with that, everyone, thank you so much for listening to the 3rd episode of Epipeople On The Record. See you in the next episode.